Hello everybody, this is Don from the Vlog of Many Things, and in today's episode we're going to talk about a fairly important thing when you are making games and or publishing game books or books, and that is the ISBN number, or as it's also known as the International Standard Book Number. Now, the ISBN number is that little funny barcode that when you turn over a book, it's usually on the back of the book. It's usually 13 digits long, and there's a lot of questions surrounding the ISBN, such as, number one, why should you get an ISBN? Well, the ISBN number does a lot of things for the author and or publisher. It, number one, tells who the publisher is. It identifies what country the book was published or game was published in. Just a lot of information, which I'm going to get into here in a few minutes. Now, why should you buy an ISBN? Now, there's a variety of reasons why you really need to get an ISBN. Now, a lot of publishers and smaller game makers don't get one. Now, why? Well, there's a variety of reasons. Number one, maybe they don't know really the ins and outs and what they're really supposed to be doing with their game. Or maybe they don't want to, put out the money for one. They're not that expensive. I'm going to get into that here in a few minutes where to get one and such, but why should you buy an ISBN? This is a question that's extremely important, and it's probably the most important part of this entire video. Some of the reasons are such as an ISBN does improve the likelihood that your book is going to be found and purchased. So when you get an ISBN, you have to register it. And when you register your ISBN, you're going to put a lot of information into a database. The game or book, the size, how many pages, the subject matter, who the author and publisher is, what is it about, imagery, that type of thing. Another reason why you should get an ISBN is really the ISBN links to essential information about your book. It's going to enable a more efficient marketing and distribution of your title, such as an example, like if you go into Barnes & Noble and you say, I want to order a book, they're going to ask you the title, or they're going to ask you the ISBN number. When you go ahead and give them the title, what they're going to go ahead and do is they're going to type that in, and part of the information they're going to pull up is the ISBN database, which is from a company called Boker. Also, another essential part of an ISBN is most legitimate retailers require you to have an ISBN for them to either sell and or market your book or carry your book. Barnes & Noble requires one. Amazon requires one. Just a lot of retailers require one. And also, the correct use of an ISBN allows different product forms and editions of your book and or game, printed or digital, to be differentiated clearly. Basically, you're ensuring that your customers receive the version that they require. So as an example, and I'm going to pick on, and this is information as trademark Wizards of the Coast, LLC, that is D&D, first edition, second, third, 3.5, fourth, fifth, and on. They all have different ISBN numbers. If you have a game as an example, and that game has different editions and or releases, you'll be pulling different ISBNs. So the ISBN number helps your customers or your game players or the seller of your book, i.e. bookstores and game shops, to ensure that what they're ordering is what they think. Now also, the ISBN helps you collect and analyze book sales data. If you pull it from Boker, which the link is down below in the description, and I'm going to link to Boker here also in this video, you're going to be able to log in, and you're actually going to be able to see book sales data about your book. And also, the ISBN ensures that your book's information will be stored in a database called Books in Print. Now, Books in Print is the most widely consulted database, consulted by publishers, retailers, and libraries around the world when searching for title information. As a matter of fact, your large game store, bookstore, and or even libraries, when they're looking you up, they're probably looking you up either in Books in Print or in Boker, which are similarly attached. to be just frank with you, the ISBN is the standard global standard, if you will, for book identification. Now, in this graphic, you're going to see a standard ISBN. You're going to see terms like EAN, group, publisher, etc., etc. ISBNs tend to be 13 digits long, and they're broken up by very distinctive information, a bunch of numbers to you and me, but they really do mean something. They identify, as an example, the book title and publisher. They identify they can help the price with the EAN code that's next to it. They basically identify where the book was published. Just a ton of information that's very, very important in getting an ISBN. Now, as I said before, there's only one legitimate place to get an original ISBN, and that is by a place called Boker, and I'm linking it here. And also down in the description, and you can go to it via My Identifiers. Now, there are a lot of places that sell ISBN numbers, and I'm not saying that they're scammers, but what they do is they go into My Identifiers, aka Boker, and they'll buy ISBNs in bulk. You see, when you go in and buy one ISBN, it can be pricey. But if you're going to buy 25 or 100 or even 1,000 ISBNs, you can get them literally for pennies. So what happens is these companies go ahead, they buy these ISBNs, and then they pay pennies on the dollar, and then they sell it to you pretty cheap. Good deal, $25 for an ISBN and the barcode. Well, you as a publisher or game designer may say, well, why would I not pay $25 instead of paying $150? Well, the reason is really simple, and that is ISBNs, when they're purchased, are assigned to a publisher. So when you go to one of these 30 that sells ISBNs on the side, chances are your book title that you're buying that ISBN for will be registered under them as the publisher. So you have to be really careful when you go ahead and you get an ISBN online. Again, the only legitimate place to buy an ISBN where you control all the data and you are listed 100% is My Identifiers, aka Boker, unless that third party does say that, hey, we will make sure that you are listed as the publisher of this game or book. So when dealing with third parties, make sure that they are asking you the right questions. Make sure that you are going to be listed as the publisher. So what are the right questions here? Well, the questions that you should be asked without prompting is, they should ask the book title or game title, how many pages, the size of it, can you buy it individually, or do you got to buy it in case packs of 6, 24, whatnot, where it was published at, i.e. what country it was published at. They're going to want an image. They're going to want to know who the author or writer of it was. Even if you're the publisher, they're going to want to still know who wrote the book. They're going to want, they legitimately should be asking who contributed, who edited the book, who laid the book out, who designed the cover of it. If you are not being asked these questions and more by who you're buying your third-party ISBN from, then run. I really suggest that you do not buy your ISBN from a third-party person unless they're asking you those questions, and you clarify with them that you will be listed as the publisher and or you will be listed as the author. Or if you're just the publisher, you want to make sure that you're going to be listed as the publisher, your company. So the ISBN number is just something that is really important. A lot of people overlook it. A lot of people go, I'm not going to invest the money into it. Why? Because legitimately an ISBN, if you're going to buy one, costs about $150 total. You really should invest the money into it. Yes, it's a barcode. Yes, you're going to look at it and go, $150 for a barcode with a number. But the power behind that number has a lot of oomph to it. And you want to make sure that your book, when you start marketing it online, when people Google it, it comes up proper, because that's another thing that Boker, i.e. My Identifiers, does is they ensure that you're in a database. So when your potential customer says, I want to see XYZ role-playing game from Joe Smith, you want to make sure that that comes up in their search. With an ISBN, your chances of it coming up on page 1 of Google or Bing, etc. searches drastically improves. So I hope that information helped you. Again, this is Don from the Vlog of Many Things. You know, we really want to make sure that when we put a video out that we educate people with the proper information. And down below are links to Boker, My Identifiers, where you go to get a proper ISBN, excuse me. And also, if you have any questions, you have any input, you can go ahead and email us at thevlogofmanythings@gmail.com, and I'm happy to hear from you, and I'm interested to hear from you. So again, this is Don from the Vlog of Many Things. Thank you for tuning in to this video on the ISBN number. What does it mean? And we will talk to you soon.